Okay, let's now type an outputting function best to print my linked list. But let's, for the sake of, like nimshi ma'al drawing, let's just add the character F so that we can look like the drawing. Okay, good. Just running it to make sure there's no errors. So let's do our outputting function. Void print linked list. Okay, remember to print this list we can't do مثلا a for loop ونقول for I equals 0, I less than linked list dot size. We can't do that. We have to traverse starting from the head. We have to hop and hop and hop using the next pointers. As a starting point, if I want to do this, طبعا I have to start with my head. بس I don't want to change the value of my head pointer. بس you know what? I want to actually type it using head, and then I want you to see that it's going to be a problem, so we can learn from our mistake. عشان maybe intuitively our first instinct is to use the head pointer. فنعمل مثلا نقول okay, let's take a look at the drawing. Okay, so basically أنا عايزة, how do I know I'm at the end of my linked list? It's when my next pointer points to null, أو when I'm tail, basically when I reach tail. But what does it mean to be tail يعني? It just means that my next pointer is equal to null. The only time in a linked list that my next pointer will be null is if I'm the very last element. So I basically want to say يعني keep moving and moving and moving until there's like the next pointer is equal to null. But I guess فهنبتدي بhead, I guess what we want to like say at first glance is while head is not equal to null, وبعدين عايزين نحرك الhead, we'll say head equals مثلا head at next. The problem with this is this might work. Problem with this is إن احنا كده we've moved head, and then the next time we come to call this function, head هياخد value جديد, and we're never going to be able to do this. So we really never ever want to change head. So we want to do a temporary head. فنعمل node star temp head equals head. وهنقول while temp head is not equal to null, we want to move temp head. So let's do temp head in green. So temp head هنا. Okay. Yeah, so while temp head is not equal to null, temp head here points to the same thing as head عشان it is equal to head. It points to this very first element. فعايزين نقوله cout temp head at data اللي هي C دي, right? فخلاص we did the first one, and then we want temp head to be equal to the next. فهنقول temp head equals temp head at next. Let's try to trace this. I think this should work. Let's print it. Let's cout it, and to make sure it works, l.print. Let me make, hopefully this works. If it does, let's trace it. Okay, good, it worked. CAF. Why does that work? Halina, let's trace it over here. Let's make this bigger. Much better. Okay. I'm gonna erase this so that we can have this nice. Okay, I should have copied it, but whatever. Okay. Okay. We start off, we say node to whatever pointer to a node, which we in our drawing we designate with an arrow. Temp head, I'm gonna just say th عشان مش قادرة أكتب كل ده. Node star temp head equals head, meaning انت يا temp head like be the same thing that head is. What is head? It's a pointer that points to this node here. While temp head equal null, temp head is not equal to null. It isn't. It points to something, and this something is this node. Cout that node that you're pointing to is data. فهنطلع C. Okay? And then we want to say temp head could point to temp head dot next. Okay? Currently temp head is this node here, the pink square. فلا point, instead of pointing to it, don't do that anymore and point to its next. When next بتاعها, remember it's this arrow here. temp head, and that arrow points to this node, right? So temp head is pointing here now. هنطلع في الوايل statement تاني. Okay? While temp head, are you null? No, you're pointing to a valid node, and that node is A. See out the data, and that data is A. Okay, and then point to the next. So no longer point to this node, be like this arrow and point to that node. So now temp head points to this node. Okay, again back in the while statement. Is temp head null? No, it's not. It's gonna see out the data of the thing it's pointing to. So it's gonna, which is this f. It's gonna give us f. Okay, temp head, become temp head at next, and its next is this arrow. So temp head is pointing now to null, to nothing. فهيخش في الوايل statement. لا temp head points to this node. دلوقتي temp head points to this node اللي هي مفيهاش أي حاجة, it's null. temp head, are you a valid node? No, you're not. You're equal to null. خلاص, you're done. And that is the printing function.